So the next question that a brother is asking is, when is a wedding considered to be extravagant? Obviously, sounds like there are some people who go out of their means to try and fund their wedding. You know, to end up falling in debt, borrowing money just so they can have a flashy wedding. Whereas other people who, you know, Allahumma barik, they've been blessed with a lot of wealth. For them, they could spend loads of money on a wedding, and it's literally nothing to them. So when would it be considered to be extravagant? Is there a limit set by the Sharia? What are the sort of general principles surrounding this issue?
Okay, good. Very, very relevant question, I think, in this day and age. So you've got two groups of people, you're basically saying. You've got those who are basically overspending outside of their budget to the extent where some of them actually go out there and get debt, get loans, end up actually spending all their money so they don't have anything left, just so they can have a big, stylish wedding. And then on the other side, you've got people who don't spend outside their means. They've just been blessed with a lot of wealth. So they're saying, look, is there anything wrong with me getting, this car, this hall, that hall? I mean, this is not gonna hurt my pockets. I've got this money. Good. So this comes from a common misconception that people have with regards to extravagance in our religion, a common misconception that people have with regards to israf, and that is that israf and extravagance doesn't just mean that you spend what you don't have. Rather, it means you also spend what you don't actually need. You don't need. Like, there's no need for it. Do you understand? So, is there ever, in any way, shape, or form, a need to spend $500,000 on a wedding? To spend 100K on a wedding? Is there ever a need to spend even to get all these cars? Is there any need in getting all these cars and all this and whatnot? No. There's no need. There's nothing wrong with you buying a nice big house for yourself, if you can justify it because you have the finances and because you have a need. You want a nice spacious house because you want to have, you want to psychologically be relaxed. You want to have a place that's spacious for your family, where your kids can enjoy. Nothing wrong with you saying, I want a swimming pool in my back garden, so you can have the privacy of your own swimming pool where you can exercise. Nothing wrong with you saying, I want a gym in my house. Nothing wrong with you saying, I want a nice sofa, I want a nice comfortable bed. There's a need. Why do I want a nice bed? Because I want to have a nice bed so I can have a nice sleep. There's a reason. There's actually a reason why you want a nice bed. You want a nice sofa, even nice clothes, hatta, right? Why? I just want to make sure I look presentable, I don't look rough, I look neat. There's a need for all, there's a reason for all this. But what reason, what need is there to go to the Dorchester Hotel when you could have done it in the Hilton? What need is there to, hire out a fleet of cars when you could have caught Uber? Okay, maybe you don't want to catch Uber. I mean, come on, man, you really have to go all out and get all these cars? At the end of it, if you ask the person why, the question is, why are you doing this? They'll say, Akhi, I'm doing this really is to show off. There's no other reason. What else is there? You want to make sure that your pictures look nice. You can look at your pictures. You can show people your pictures. People come and they say, wow, look at this. At the end of the day, that's all it comes down to. And is that something praiseworthy in our religion? Is showing off praiseworthy in our religion? Whether you show off from an arrogant place or a non-arrogant place. Are we told to show off? If you show off from an arrogant place, then that's a problem, because you're coming with arrogance and pride. Oh, look at me, look at all this that I have. And if that's the case, then even a person who's got an atom's weight of pride will not enter Jannah. Alright? As the Prophet ﷺ said. But what if it's not pride, but you're still showing off? Are we told to show off? No, because then you get evil eye. For example, what did Yaqub alayhi salam say to his son, Yusuf? He said, Ya bunay, O my beloved son, لا تقصص رؤياك على إخوتك فيكيدوا لك كيدا. He said, don't tell your brothers about your dream. Why? They might plot against you because of envy, because of jealousy, because of hasad. Right? So he's being told to not tell them a dream. Something so simple like a dream. And who is he being told not to tell? His own blood brothers. His own brothers. A prophet of Allah is telling his other son, who's going to be a prophet of Allah, don't tell your dream to your own brothers, because your own brothers might plot against you. Then what about you? You're not telling a dream. You're telling people your wallet. You're telling people everything. Furthermore, you're putting your bride on stage with all of her beauty and makeup and that. She looks amazing, right? On that night. And you're putting her on stage for everyone to see. Yeah? And you're showing your whole life, basically. Right? He's been told, don't tell your dream. The dream can cause people to plot against you, to have envy, to give you nazar, to give you ayn, to give you evil eye. Huh? What about you're putting your whole life, your whole wallet, your bank balance on display? And not only that, he's being told, don't tell your brothers. Your brothers are your well-wishers. You're bringing people to your wedding who don't even wish you well. You're bringing enemies. You're bringing people who hate you, who are going to sit there, eat your food. Come on, man. Look, like, how many family members hate family members? But you're going to invite them to the wedding, right? But they hate you still. They're going to eat your food, but and then they're going to talk about you during the wedding and after the wedding. Wallahi, we've discussed that divorce rate is on the rise. There is more people getting divorced than actually staying together in a marriage nowadays. In the Muslim community, divorce is becoming a massive problem. Massive problem. Right? What is one of the fundamental reasons why people are getting divorced? Because of evil eye, because of nazar, because of ayn. Because, from the beginning, they put their wedding, from the wedding day, how I deal with this problem on a regular basis. Married couples and issues. Literally, you see within first 6 months to a year, people having big problems. Why? You look, there's a fundamental reasons. Because they probably did haram before the marriage and they didn't go about it in a halal way. Probably got some haram loan for the event to actually happen in the first place with the riba. And also because they put everything on display and they get ayn, I've seen weddings. We were at a wedding, right? Where, what happened? A wedding, literally 3 hours before the wedding, almost got called off because of fights that were taking place between the families. And there was no other reason for that except evil eye. We were at a wedding where our brother made me jump in his car, right? He was driving what car was it? Lamborghini what? Aventador. So I don't know these things. But the brother was, he was being nice. And he told me jump in the car, right? And what happened? When we pulled up, what happened? I don't do that, by the way, yeah? It's not something I do. But, because it's a bit disrespectful to, deny the brother when he done that. But what happened? The car, did it actually catch fire? It started smoking and it almost caught fire, right? And everything. So literally, like, as the car's coming into everyone's standing. And these are all people that are family and friends, yeah? These are family and friends. Someone almost blew us up with his eyes. Do you see? The car, when the people came, the Lamborghini people were to fix the car, they were like, the car could have blown up. The car could have caught on fire. You guys would have been finished. And literally, we came out, the car was smoking. It was peak. Like, it was game over. That's evil eye. I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. That's why you guys, weddings are being blown up and whatnot. There's just no need for it, man. And just the fact that how many poor people are dying. Like, in Africa, man, there's kids dying every few seconds due to lack of food. Wallahi, with one wedding, you could probably feed like 20 villages in Africa for a month. For a month, akhi. To know that 20 villages could have probably been fed. But the amount that your wedding, probably, wallahi, to be honest, more than 20 villages. Wallah, more than 20 villages. It doesn't cost much to feed people. And, so it's not just having the money. It's also, is there a need? Is there a reason for it?
But then, does that mean you have to go for the absolute minimum? Like, you have to don't book a hall, book a small little room, make people go to KFC drive-through, give them 2 wings and chips each, that's it. Keep it absolute budget. Or is there some room where, you're allowed to have a decent... And how do you define that? Is it according to the customs of the people? Like, because obviously people, it's their wedding day. They're gonna want to have a decent memory, a decent wedding. What's the sort of guidelines according to that?
I think for a more detailed answer, we should take this matter back to the scholars. because for correct the guidelines and parameters based on the norms and the customs and practices of people, I think this would be a very good question to ask the ulama. We've got some mashayikh that are coming next week and the week after, and we'll write this down and we'll ask this question to our ulama inshallah ta'ala, and we'll get this answer for the people. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I really hope you benefited from that brief video on the issue of marriage. I want to take this opportunity to introduce you guys to 2 courses that we have on the issue pertaining to marriage on our Muslim Survival Guide. One course is called Finding Bay, which is all about what to look for in a spouse and how to actually go about finding a person that you want to marry. It's such an important detailed matter that there's a whole course on the issue. The second course, which is the new one that we've just released to the masses, is called My Big Fat Muslim Wedding, which is all about the wedding ceremony itself, how to do it according to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sunnah, important do's and don'ts, and of course, advices pertaining to the all-important first wedding night, okay? And all of the stuff pertaining to that. Now, all of this you guys can access for absolutely free by going to the link below, leaving your email address behind, and we will send you an email showing you how you can gain instant access straight away. But here's the thing, this offer is only available for the next 3 days. So don't waste a minute, go right now to the link below and register. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.